Welcome back, guys.
Ew, that's so boring.
Another thing to the truck was useless.
Welcome back to another video, everyone. Hector's gonna do something really super duper cool today and that he wasted money on. But we're so excited, or he's so excited, and yeah, so get to it. Ow!
Spank me. Guys, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. I keep looking at the viewfinder, but I gotta look at you. Let me do that, because then I won't look at the...
Where is it?
Do I look good?
What are you looking at?
Huh?
What are you looking at?
The viewfinder.
Who's she?
Guys, today we're going to be installing a 12-inch subwoofer on Cassie's Dodge Ram. Last video we did the exhaust. We did the exhaust on it. We did the catback exhaust. We deleted the mufflers, and now it sounds really nice exhaust-wise. Now we're trying to make the audio sound nice. So this is pretty. This is like your eBay special right here. It's a Rockville 12-inch sub with the amp built in. So traditionally you would have them both separated. That's what I normally had on my older cars. But this one's all built in. So we're gonna see how that works out. Luckily, this kit comes with your positive, your negative wire, your RCA cables, and a remote wire to turn on the amp when you turn the car on. M-line fuse, which will be installed. This is, you wrap the wires to make it look OEM, and then this is just the box that it came with. This is the what is this? This is the boost control, so the volume knob. So we would mount this up front, and this is the wire that goes to the side of this, so you can control that. Right here, this is the brains of everything. This is a LOC, as you can see. These are pretty cheap to get. They're 20 bucks, and basically, you got something to say, Mrs.
No collar. No.
So
I have friends.
You have friends?
No.
So basically what we're doing is, typically when you're installing subwoofers in your vehicle, you would need to get you would hook up these RCAs to the back of your aftermarket head unit. But since we're keeping the original head unit, the one that came from the truck when we bought it, because we don't want to switch that out because there's no need to, this connects to the speaker wires in the back of the head unit, and then it converts it to RCA cables. So then we don't need to buy a whole new head unit, and we can still hook up subs. This is just instruction manuals. We probably won't need that. And then
Sorry, I zoned out.
That's funny. Alright, this is instruction
I'm
manuals.
retiring.
This is instruction manuals, and then this is just the box that it came with. So this video is not sponsored or anything. This video isn't sponsored or anything. I bought this out of my own money. And one thing I noticed when I got this box, that it was in another box from, I guess, UPS, but the bottom was open. Like, it wasn't like this, because we just did that so we could carry it, but the bottom was like, they had taped it open and they didn't put tape back in, which was really
In the other box.
And then this was like, it was like that when I got it. It was like all bent up. And so,
And the papers.
yeah, and then there's like weird holes and stuff. So I'm gonna pre-test it. I'm gonna make sure the amp at least turns on and make sure everything works before we spend time and put this whole thing in and it doesn't work. I'm pretty confident that it will. The sub itself isn't actually damaged, or from what it looks like. Everything
It's
looks
so
good.
pretty.
What?
The side.
The side? Alright guys, so Cassie brought up a good point. This is where the remote wire will go, this thing right here, to control the volume. This is where your RCA will go in. That's coming from the amp. This is your gain, which is not a volume knob. I learned that because that is not a volume knob. This is adjusted to the max volume of your head unit. I learned that too. This is a LPF.
What's that, Hector?
Low pass crossover. So basically, this is a filter for your subwoofer. And then this is your positive wire, your remote turn on wire, and then your ground wire. So all of that is in there. And I just noticed that this amp actually has a high input connector. So we really didn't need this. Ooh. What we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna test fit this and see where we want it. Our truck is a 18 Ram 1500 quad cab. So the rear isn't as big as like a crew cab, so we don't have as much space back here. Okay guys, me and Cassie decided that this location right here would probably be, Cassie decided, sorry guys, that this location right here would probably be best.
Then we can keep it there even when people are in the car.
Yeah, people can still sit here. The middle person will probably have to put their leg up or put their feet on top of it, which isn't a problem. We have to figure out wiring. What I like to do when I'm installing subwoofers and stuff, I like to keep the RCA cables, which is the ones that, you know, they're red and white, these two. I like to keep them away from the power cables so we don't get any weird interference with electricity and stuff, because these are cheap wires, and I know that if we put them close together, there's going to be humming and weird noises like that. I'm thinking the best way to run these wires is we can run the RCA cables back here, right on this side, right? And then we can bring the power cables, or the power cable, from that side and have it come out right here and just connect right there. I think that's the best option. And then our ground wire.
Why don't you just have it come out? Because does it go from the front?
Yeah.
Why don't you just bring it under my...
Oh, under the seat, yeah. And then have it loop around. Oh, genius! Guys, I'm so happy I have my assistant. We did this with my Jetta and it took, what, 5 hours? Mm-hmm. It took a while. Yeah. So hopefully I'm a little more trained now and Cassie's willing to work. So first order of business is we have to find out cable management. The positive cable will run from the positive of the battery and then through the firewall somewhere. It looks like there's a plate right there that's plastic, but I gotta see what's behind it so I don't put a hole in anything. Or if not, I can just run it through the factory loom right here and just run it through, poke a hole in it and run it through. But that's our next order of business. Before we do anything, I want to test out that subwoofer and just at least make sure it turns on. I did.
You started talking before I could even get ready.
I love how you just stare at me as I'm talking, like,
When you started talking, I didn't even turn it on yet.
Alright guys, I jumped the remote wire and the positive wire.
What did it do to you?
Huh?
What did it do to you?
I jumped them so it could simulate the car turning on, and then I have the negative wire hooked up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to struggle with that, and then when I connect these, this wire, the green wire, should turn on. The green light should turn on, and the little red one shouldn't turn on. So perfect.
The green is on and the red is not.
Yep, and then so
that was a sparkity spark.
Sparkity spark. So guys, to me, at least it's powering on. Ooh, look at all these muscles going to work. Alright guys, so Cassie went to go get the drill and the drill bits for me. I'm currently figuring out how am I going to run these wires. So there's that plastic plate right there. I don't know why that's there, honestly, because this truck doesn't come in a manual option. I know the 2500s do, but not the 1500s. And then there's the wiring loom right there, the harness for the factory harness. And then that right there is the e-brake line. And then right there is just more wiring and stuff. So let me see if I can go around and find out where that is. See that right there? That's what we were looking at. So you can definitely put a clutch in this car. That's strange. There's an option for a clutch. That's pretty cool. So Yeah, we can just drill right there because I don't plan on doing a manual transmission swap anytime soon. So we could put, I'm going to put 2 holes because I'm going to run the remote wire through the firewall as well. And just connect it to the fuse box. So that's going to work out nicely. Alright guys, so I went inside the car and I just undid the bolts because I would have to guesstimate where I could drill the hole. So I just wanted to take the guesswork out of it. It probably just, I like making things easier for myself, and if I had drilled in the hole and then like did it too much, see, I would have drilled into the actual aluminum. It's not that thick, but I don't want to risk messing things up. So for this hole, I have to make it big enough to fit the positive wire and the remote wire. Okay, so see the way I did it? Perfect. So then when everything's said and done and I got everything where I want it, I can come in here with a little silicone. Oops, sorry guys. I can come in here with a little silicone and just seal it up, just so it's, so you don't have that gap. But this is perfect. Cassie's been gone for 20 minutes. Okay guys, quick update. Put the cover back on up top where the wires are being ran through. The wires already ran. You can't even tell that they're in here, but they come up through there, right here, and then there's enough space in the carpet. If you pull it back, see, you can see them right there. So they go through, boom, and then there's a hole in the seat where the seatbelt wires and the seatbelt wires and the the airbag wires. So that's why the yellow plug, that's where they go through, and then boom, there's the wire. So what I'm gonna do is finish running it through under the seat, run it through the middle console, and then have it come out the passenger side, just so it'd be easier for the connection of the box. So that went pretty well. So right now I'm going to currently put this plastic shield back on right here, because yeah, so we're going to put this back on just like that. Well, not like that, but we're going to make it look better. And then I think RCAs are next, so that'd be fun. Okay guys, for the radio on this car, every car is different. Every car has different types of radios. You take out these 2 screws, and this little cover thing comes off for the little top part. And then you're supposed to just pull on this whole thing as a 1 unit, and it's supposed to just pop out. So let's see how that goes. You like that?
Oh my god, I could put this in my room. I could set this up on Mishka's thingy and put a TV right here. Alright, anyway guys, I have the radio out. I ran into a little bit of issue. I don't have these screws, so I'm going to see if Cassie's dad has some I could borrow. Wrench?
The socket, I think it's an 8mm.
I don't have $8 million.
Yeah, we know. But yeah, everything's out. What is going on, guys? Okay, so update. We got back, did a little work off camera. RCA cables are hooked up to the radio up front. Speaker wires and radio wire and the ground wire are connected. I just found chassis right there. Got the paint off, put the bowl in, so that should be okay. I'm not running, this isn't a professional system. It's not going to be running that many amps. So that negative right there should be okay. I know it's not ideal, but it's what I got to work with. Maybe in the future, if I feel like it's overheating or whatever the case is, I can run a negative back here and find another actual negative and do it the right way. I got the RCA cables coming through the back, going through here, going through the side, up front. Everything connected up front. Cassie is chilling. Right now I'm working on the amp positive wire. This is the wire coming from the harness or the vehicle, inside the vehicle, and I have the radio wire as well that I have to find here. I have to find the fuse that turns on when the ignition's on, and when the vehicle is running it stays on, but turns off when the vehicle is off, of course. And right now I'm looming up the fuse for the amp. Fuses are very important. If anything shorts out up front or in the back over there, the first thing that will happen is the fuse will blow and nothing will catch on fire, because these are pretty thick cables, and they, even though this is a pretty cheap setup, they still run a lot of power through them like your regular cables like these, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I'm working on right now, and I'll get back to you guys when everything's loomed up and connected and ready to be tested. Okay guys, switched over to my phone. I kind of lost the camera. I don't really know where it went, but basically I have the factory wiring harness, and it's loomed up to the LOC, the line output converter. I have the rear speakers connected. Now I know that the thing tells me to connect the front speakers, but I just felt like the rear speakers would work best for some reason. I don't know. We're gonna find out and see how it goes. But yeah, pretty much I just wanted to update you guys real quick. That's what I've been doing. I put the camera down because I'm kind of in a time crunch now, so I'm just trying to get this done, at least get this part done so I can put the dash back together. But yeah, other than that, that's it. Guys, this is the end portion of the video. I just wanted to quickly recap what's been going on with the truck and how's it sound with the new audio system in. Now I can't really show you what it sounds like just because of you can't see me, just because of copyright issues and the fact that you really can't pick it up on these, you know, on YouTube quality audio and the camera audio. You really won't know what it feels like. What I can tell you though, it does sound a whole lot better. You could definitely, you know the difference when it's on and when it's off. It definitely makes it worthwhile for the money that I spent with this. I think it's 100% worth it. Now I only have one issue with it, and I don't think this is the actual amp and subwoofer's fault. I think it's more me fault. When putting it in, after putting it in, you run it for a couple minutes, the sub cuts on and off, and it doesn't go into protection mode, which you don't, if you don't know what that is, if it gets too hot or too much power goes in it, or if you're bumping way too loud, the little red light comes on next to the green light, and that's protection mode. It goes into like safety mode in a way. So yeah, if it goes into that safety mode, the amp will turn itself off and then stay off until you turn the car off and turn it back on. But in this case, it's not doing that. It shuts off, it stops playing, and then it comes back. And I think I've narrowed down the issue. I think it's a grounding issue. Where I grounded it originally, I just don't think there's enough metal there to have it completely ground. So what I might do is, under the actual seat itself, cut a little slit for under the carpet, and then try to find bare metal on the aluminum, the body, and then sand it down and do it that way. I think that's the only reason that it's doing that. Other than that, when it is working, it works amazing, and it's just, I'm very happy how it's performing. It's, at first it was a little quiet, but then when the actual coils on the subwoofer, you know, loosened up and got used to subbing, it worked out tremendously. So I'm very happy with it. I'm going to leave a link down to everything I used in the description. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. This video is already very long, so I don't want to keep on mumbling too long. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the video. Leave a like. Thanks. Bye.